Hi everyone, welcome back to the garden. So today we are in the backyard. It is a beautiful day outside and I'm off all weekend, so we know what we're doing, right? Okay, we have a couple of things that we're gonna do today. I think right now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to be putting the seedlings that I had for my winter sowing method into the ground. Yes, is it the end of April? Yeah, so these might not do great, but we're gonna experiment, as well as some carrots that I started inside as well. I struggle with carrots. I don't know why. It's not supposed to be a difficult thing to grow. I've tried starting them outside. I've tried starting them inside. Me and carrots, I just don't know. But okay, let's get down and look at the seedlings that we did start together for the winter sowing method. Okay, so I think you guys can see this isn't exactly a failed experiment in the sense that things have come up. The reason why this is a semi-failed experiment is I don't know what anything is. Not for sure, because as I said in a previous video, I didn't label things appropriately. So I have no idea what anything is. For example, these onions, I know they're onions, and there's definitely not as much as I thought there was going to be. I could have planted this more densely, but I have no idea what varieties these are. I planted shallots, I planted red onions, I planted a bunch of yellow onions, I planted scallions, so we're gonna see. I have no idea what anything is. Now that these are growing a little bit more, I think this is kale. Tell me what you guys think. I think these are gonna be kale. I'm not sure what these are. I'm actually hoping maybe these are broccoli. Comment down below if you guys have any idea. I'm hoping this is broccoli because I really like broccoli and it would be nice to get some broccoli. I'm worried that everything is going to go to flower before I can really get anything, but we might get some. This I think is arugula. I think. There should be more arugula. There should be some spinach. I don't know. So maybe not a successful experiment this year. We got a couple of things, and I think now we're just gonna put them in the ground. So I actually think I'm going to plant the onions along this edge. So I'm gonna bring these back here. And over here, I'm going to have my experimental row, my surprise row of spring crops. Still struggling with the spring crops, guys. Have never had great success with them. Okay, so I think I actually just made a game day change. I was going to plant the mystery crops over on this bigger bed, but I actually think I'm gonna plant them in the middle of these garlic. Usually this is my herb garden bed. There might be a few things that are coming back from last year, and we'll see. I have a dahlia that I planted in here that dahlias aren't supposed to come back in my zone 7B, but they have 2 years in a row now. So this might be a dahlia actually that's coming up. And so I do have some herb seeds that I started inside that I will be putting out later, but I think it might be less disruptive in the long run if I put the mystery garden bed here, and we'll see what we can get from them before everything bolts. I guess it depends on how quickly it gets hot. So I have this area mulched with some sweet peat. So I'm just gonna brush it aside in the middle. A few weeks ago, I came out here and I fertilized the garlic and put this sweet peat mulch over it. Yeah, I think this is that dahlia. Dahlias do not overwinter in my zone. So I'm not expecting any to come back. But here, and there's another one over here that I planted in these beds that have come back because I just never took up the tubers. That seems like too much work to me. And last year I planted a bunch along the side garden, along the path. And I'm wondering if those are going to come back. we'll see. This just might be a microclimate area that is allowing the dahlias to come back sometimes. You know what I'm realizing though is if this is broccoli, like I'm hoping it is, there's not going to be enough room in here for the broccoli. So maybe I will put the broccoli on that side. So much back and forth, but gardening is organic, right? It's an organic process. Let's put the kale in first. They'll do okay over here. Not a bad root system. So let's get these in. Okay, so I realized the end of that last segment got cut off accidentally. So you didn't see me finish planting the rest of the kale. It was really just one more. It cut off right when I was planting what's likely the arugula. And I just top dressed it with some land and sea compost. And I put the sweet peat mulch back in place. And I just realized my hose has sprung a leak. Not great. Okay, and since we're hoping that this next mystery container has broccoli, I'm gonna put them over here. So on the off chance that they manage to produce some heads before they bolt, they'll have enough space. I don't know why I'm bothering putting on these gloves. I know I'm gonna take them off soon. I more often than not garden without gloves. I'm just one of those people. Hopefully I didn't just crush everything. You see how this web of roots down here? Figured it might be better to just take it all out at once, and I might be able to save more of the root mass that way. It's possible this is more kale. Wouldn't it be crazy if the only thing that survived my winter sowing experiment was kale? Okay, so these beauties are gonna get added to the surprise garden because this was a happy accident / surprise from last year. I found these growing in some grow bags that I had left outside, and they're onions. Again, I have no idea what the varieties are going to be, but look how well they overwintered. I might try and experiment with maybe planting some out in the fall to see if we get, look how, compared to these guys, look how big they are. So I'm gonna plant these in this section over here, maybe try and intersperse it with the garlic, maybe going towards what's maybe the broccoli, and go from there. But really excited about these. Awesome. Okay, I'm really excited for those found onions that I have. I think I might have buried some of my onions when I just sprinkled over that top dressing of the land and sea compost, but they'll be okay. They'll be able to rise above. So, not too bad. I am both excited by the number of onions that I have and disappointed that there could have been more at the same time. But this is fun. I think this is going to be good. Definitely excited to see hopefully that the onions turn out well. Okay. The last thing we're going to do for today is to plant these sad carrots. I mean, this is sad and pathetic. I'm telling you, I cannot grow carrots. I can't. I don't know why. But I figured let's throw these guys in. Maybe we'll get a few baby carrots this year. Let's just cut our losses with these carrots, okay? And carrots do not like to be transplanted, so this is a risk. But I've tried sowing them outside. I've tried growing them inside. I don't know. I don't know why I can't grow carrots, people. I really don't. Okay, so final shot before I get everything cleaned up and watered in. We have our mystery onions, the maybe broccoli, and a sprinkling of our pathetic carrots. We're pretty sure it's kale. They seem to be holding up okay right after their transplant. So that's going to be it for today, guys. This was chaos gardening at its best, but it'll be fun, it'll be adventure, and it's a mystery. And at the end of the day, isn't nature just a little bit chaotic? So I think I'm staying true to form. All right, so I'm going to get everything watered in and cleaned up. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. And as always, I hope you get time to get outside and enjoy your garden. Bye.